Welcome back. The party, awakening in the middle of the night to prepare their plan of action, to delve into the depths of the cellar of the ruined tower in hopes of rescuing Jathro before it's too late. What would you like to do?
Rowan's just gonna be going through his stuff, trying to see what he can do, improvise anything. I'm just kind of anxious, keeping his hands busy, waiting.
Should I send word back home, or should we keep this on the...
No, I think it's probably good if someone knows, in case we're not successful.
Yeah, maybe let Corey know to give a heads up to the order too.
Should
Maybe
we tell her to give us till tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So Asher will use his amulet and cast sending, and we are in kind of a bind. If we don't hear from me in 24 hours, let the order know that we're at, was it Tilo?
Tierno.
Tierno. We are at the towers, northeast towers of Tierno.
After a while, a response comes back. What is wrong? What is going on? I will tell them now. They will come help. Asher, please be safe.
Well, since that was he'll send another charge and tell her, don't let them know yet. We are trying to get Jathro out. We don't 100% know that they don't have any inside people.
How long should I wait before you respond? How will I know when to send them? I'm just worried.
Well, I'm out of messages, so I did say 24 hours though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, so you should hear. She should hear within 24 hours. Okay.
Yeah, because I can't do it till long rest or till dawn again. But
long story short, she's concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's relevant. Yeah. Spot on.
Bar's gonna stand up from her meditation and bonk Karan on the head, just with her hand. Okay, my friend, trying to get up. Let's go save the day. Another damsel in distress.
I appreciate your positive outlook. I feel as though our nerves might be our biggest enemy first. And I'll kind of glance to Rowan too, because you're kind of like a little shaky-handed. You said, right?
No, he's just keeping himself busy.
Oh, just keep himself busy.
I mean, 4 hours is kind of like a long time to, wait when he feels like he needs to be there now. But yeah, you're gonna just see Rowan just kind of taking a rock and trying to sharpen the improvised knives that he created from the shovel, to like throwing knives, trying to hone them in.
Excellent. Hey, Dirty 20 Live, thank you for the raid. How's it going, guys? Hope you guys had a good stream.
Okay, she puts her hand on Rowan's shoulder and she points at Ace. Keep a calm head. Stay relaxed. No freaking out. We're no good to anybody if we're all loosey-goosey.
Right.
Shall we?
Yep. And
As
Rowan's gonna.
prepared as I'll ever be.
Yeah.
The
Let's
night
get
is
this
dark
moved.
with the new moon as you guys begin to make your way towards the tower silhouetting into the dark night sky. Once again, kind of a cloudless, peaceful night, but that's outside. How are you going about your approach?
I think we should probably stay to the tree line as much as possible.
Definitely
I-
stealthily.
I have an idea, but I'm not sure it would work.
He mentioned the dungeon and where they are. It's gonna be 6 levels below. Usually when things are that deep, they need some sort of ways for oxygen to get down there. Like a tunnel of some sort. Or an escape ladder in the event that there's a cave in. Maybe we can try to find something like that. Maybe, and while they're kind of getting close, kind of look for like one of those hatches, if you know what I'm talking about. That's just strictly for airflow.
Roll a perception check. Actually, it'd be investigation. So you would also, any that you would be looking for would also be pretty close to the tower. So before you do that, you would need to roll some stealth checks.
And I'll cast
I'll wait to roll
guidance
that.
as well on you.
Okay. Investigation. Oof. Okay.
Pass without a trace is not up right now, correct?
It should be. When I cast it, when we had those people walk by, so I think it would have faded by now.
How long does it last? An hour?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been 2 or 3 hours ago.
Yeah. So
I rolled a 15. I rolled a 16 with the -1. It's a 15.
For stealth?
Oh, for stealth. Okay.
For investigation,
so that was
or
for
okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for disadvantage because I have stealth armor. I both rolled 15s for my stealth check.
well, that's
So
no
15 plus 4, so that's 19 for my stealth. And then I got a 15 for my investigation.
Okay. As you get closer to the tower, looking and kind of scouring the ground for some kind of like porthole vent airflow, you notice within the tower just a faint sound, just kind of coming from, it seems like almost the second story of the tower. So you kind of faintly hear it coming through a kind of one of the portcullises or the portholes of the side of the.
Ron's gonna kind of issue for like second story movement. Do I see anything? I don't
Roll perception.
see.
Awesome.
Oh, you're saying about the porthole with that? Nothing stands out as far as like what you would be looking for.
The second floor of this tower that is decayed, how much height there be? You said?
Judging from where the little kind of rock window holes are, it's probably about 12 feet off the ground.
Okay.
This
And-
second one. There's the third one. The third one is mostly destroyed and like the capped off the tower.
So is it just opened to the?
So this
The
part of the
top of
tower
the
is walled
tower.
off. So you guys are coming up to a sheer face wall, and you're coming up to the side that is mostly intact, but it's the other side, about the third story and maybe a little bit of the second story, that's just kind of like sliced off and kind of tumbled over onto the other side, the northwest side of the tower.
So for somebody to get up to the third floor, how much distance? How much height?
So the third floor, we're looking at, I mean, probably in
24
total,
feet.
like almost 40 feet.
40.
So,
Rowan, would you want to use the grappling hook, get up to the third floor, and take out that guard quietly? It sounds as if they're sleeping.
we might not need to. I can check it out, but I have an
You
idea.
Okay. They
So-
might hear me by the time I get up there.
The grappling hook could be loud itself.
If that wouldn't work, I could possibly attempt with you jumping and me giving you that extra oomph of throwing you. Might be able to make it to the top.
Whatever. If Asher's thing doesn't work, we'll give that a try. Asher, what do you have planned?
I just want to take a look and report back what I see. We might be able to bypass.
Okay.
So, Asher's gonna kind of look around real quick and like find a cobweb or something and take the spider out of it. He's gonna be like, well, hopefully this works. And he'll kind of set it down on the ground and wild shape into a tiny little spider.
Okay. Where would you like to go, Charlotte?
He's gonna climb up the tower and peek into that second story window.
Without just passive spider perception, you do see a guard kind of propped, his legs kind of crossed and propped up. He's kind of like almost halfway leaning on his spear, sitting on the little chair, and he is asleep. He does have the black leathers with the kind of dark red accents of the shadowed hand.
And it's just the one guard.
Just one
Are there
that you
any-
can see. Roll perception check for anything else. This one's just the obvious because he's right at that little porthole that you're looking at.
Okay, so he doesn't have any. So my
Mean-
perception. That's a nat 1, so a 9.
There doesn't appear to be anything. There doesn't appear to be anything. There is
Just
no
empty
tower.
room.
I'm just kidding. No. As far as you can tell, it's just this one guard sleeping on his post right now.
Briar's gonna cast 2 messages. One at Asher. Can you open the door from the inside so we can get in easier? And then she'll wait.
Was there a door onto this tower,
So-
or was it just kind of?
You guys haven't come around, but from your viewpoint, even just passive perception, you can see that it's just an archway. There is no door to the tower.
There's no door, but there is a guard. One of them, he's asleep.
And then the second message is towards like Jathril.
How far does that
Should-
reach?
It's probably not gonna reach him. It goes 120 feet.
Let me do math.
It probably won't reach him, but she's just gonna go.
Go ahead
We
and
are
do
on
it,
our
and
way.
I will. Go ahead.
Yeah, we are on our way.
does reach.
Ooh.
How many
Um,
people? How many people?
How many enemies, you mean? Reply comes back. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. I will not be able to help you fight. Please hurry.
Briar's going to grab Rowan's shoulder and message him because we're close to the tower. Don't want to speak out loud. He's not in a good state. He's still alive. We need to be smart, focused, and accurate.
With every word that you say, you're going to see Rowan's head acknowledging it. And Rowan's going to... I'm assuming Ace is probably in front of him at this point. And just to clarify, Holson, there's no windows on the bottom portion level that we're at the first floor, the bottom floor.
The first floor there is not. So it's the second
Okay.
floor. So Asher hasn't regaled any of this because he can't to anybody.
No.
But
Well, no,
there's
because...
Yeah.
So Rowan's going to talk to Ace with what we know already. We're probably going to have to throw me up there.
Let's do it.
Boss me. Boss me.
Yeah. You did it. You get to the top. You get to the top and you take out that guard the way Aurel taught you.
And then Rowan's going to pull his pack off and pull out how many feet from a part of the building can Rowan gather distance-wise? Maybe 50, 60 feet?
What exactly are you
70.
talking about?
From the most accessible entranceway to the second floor. Because you said that building's slashed. There's no way we're going to be tossed up to the third floor. But potentially the second
actually,
floor.
if you climbed up on some of the rubble on the other side, which you guys haven't really declared that you've gone on the other side, but just for expediency's sake, if you climbed up on some of the rubble, you're cutting the distance down to maybe about 12 feet to get into the second floor. So the second floor is...
Okay.
So you have the tower, the second floor is 12 feet up, and it's just like this wood, and some of that's even broken, but it's just like half the tower, so it's not the entire room of the tower. The third floor is the entire floor is covered. So it's just the second, well, it's would have been covered, but it's kind of broken off and cut off. So the tower's almost open-faced at the top.
So Rowan's going to turn to Briar and Karan.
Honestly, sorry to interrupt, but like nobody's just thought about this, but the stones are not perfectly hewn, so there'd be a lot of like rock climbing that you could easily do.
It's not sheer in terms of it being smooth.
Yeah.
It's just...
Especially as ancient as it is.
Rowan's going to turn to the...
Good.
Rowan's going to turn to Briar and Karan, and he's gonna kind of say, stay here. Gonna go around, be right back. And Rowan's going to kind of just go around the corner to see what you're talking about, where the building is cut. And he kind of just calculate in his brain on what he can do climbing up. And he's going to come back. And he's going to turn to the group and quietly say, we can probably climb up the side. Or I can just climb up the side. Throw down a rope for you guys. And you guys can just climb up that way. And if Asher stays up there, I'll go up there and help him.
in this time that you guys have taken, you do kind of hear, and then you hear, and then this creak of the chair and a creak of the wood. It does seem that he's woken up and stood up. You do hear him kind of. Seems like he walked down the steps, and then is in that main room. You do hear there's kind of like a mixture of dirt and wood on the first floor, just by the sound of the footsteps, and then you just hear.
Yeah, Asher's gonna like kind of crawl down to where he's on the roof of the first floor and just kind of keeping an eye on this guy.
Yep, he just went into a corner of the room and took a leak.
Okay, and there's no one else.
Roll
Do I
another
see like
perception check? Actually, with your passive perception check, it does not appear that there's anybody else.
Okay, what I would like to see if there's like a latch leading down or anything like
Roll
that.
perception.
$18 plus 8, so 26.
With the 26, you see it's not very well hidden, but there is a latch that seems to lead down, but it's just like slightly covered over with lazily covered over with a rug.
Okay, so yeah, Asher's just gonna stay on the roof right above the guy and wait for a message or to see somebody.
Okay.
How many minutes has it been since Asher's left?
Since Asher's left, in the time, because you guys have circled around the tower and then came back, looked for different places, I'd say it's been probably almost 5 minutes by now.
Okay. And you said every one of us heard him wake up and walk down.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious, like in the quiet of the night. No need to roll for it. Assuming everybody is close enough to the tower. Everybody's pretty much like right at the base of the tower, right? At this point.
Yeah.
So with the time that's gone by, we'll do a check-in again to Asher. He's running. Go ahead, Kevin.
It's often miss. Yeah.
Sorry, it was burning.
So my spider cosplay.
I mean, I have sending. I don't have message.
Okay.
I have telepathy, so you can message. I was going to talk to Rowan.
Oh, okay,
You're
okay.
going to talk to Asher. So if you want to do that, go ahead.
Asher, are we okay to come in?
There's one guard. I'm right above him, first floor.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed takedown right now.
Yeah. Scooter man.
I was going to send a message to Rowan and say, it sounds like he's not asleep, but if he's now a floor lower, it might be less likely you're noticed entering on the top.
Yeah. By this point, he's finished his leak, and he is heading back up to his chair. You see, he kind of... Asher would see, but you're fine. You can keep cooking your food. You're fine. But he would see that he kind of gets comfortable back in his chair, kind of cracks his back, takes the spear. He doesn't seem like he's fallen asleep quite yet. He seems to be awake by this point. It's that unfortunate when you wake up and have to pee and then you can't go right back to sleep.
Right. Rowan's going to start tying a rope on his waist. And he's going to keep the rope in a bind, like in the loop, and he's going to walk over to he's going to evaluate the spot that he deemed best climbable to the second floor. But before he does that, he's going to take Grizzy's knife and just kind of put it in his teeth. And he's going to start climbing up. Slowly. Carefully placing each hand as he climbs on the stones.
Just normal stealth check.
So that is a 16. 12 plus 4. 16.
You're on the opposite end where the rubble was, right?
Yeah, we're basically going to the exposed area to where we can all get in to the
Okay,
second
so
floor.
just so you're aware of the framing of this, he's in the back left corner.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the tower. He's like in this back corner, and you're basically crawling up the opposite corner from him
That's fine.
in his
Okay.
line of sight.
So once
So
It's not behind him, but it is. It's kind
It's
He's facing
probably
out
a little-
towards you. That's what I said.
He is facing out towards me.
Yeah, he's sitting in the corner of the room, facing out towards where you're going to be climbing up.
He's
But you're
sitting at
sitting-
the top of the steps. So he's at the top of the steps. There's a chair sitting right there.
Okay.
And then you go along this like walkway, which is the second floor, which is literally just like the overhang of this second story of the tower, and you're across from that, like right on the edge of that, crawling up.
Okay.
It's not like he's directly looking there. His chair is stationed right here. You'd be off in his line of sight, like over this way.
Oh,
On his
in
peripheral.
his peripheral.
His-
Okay.
So once I hear somebody climbing up, Asher's just gonna kind of land, like, you know, where you can feel like a
Yeah,
spider web
perfect.
tickling you, and it's just annoying.
So it's good that you did that, because I rolled a 19 on my perception check against his stealth, and he starts to look towards Rowan's direction, and then he's successfully distracted with that. He's like, oh shit. You see
Well,
him, he
he's kinda
actually stands
freaking
up,
out.
turns away, and he's like looking for the spider on the. I need you to roll a stealth check now, Asher. He's gonna
Actually,
kill
I
the
want to be
spider.
seen. Like, I want to like kind of scurry back down to the first floor a little bit, so like kind of go
Okay,
get where he sees me, and then just
still
go back
roll-
up onto the roof.
You want to be seen?
Yeah, I want him to
Okay.
see me and focus
I'm
on
gonna roll a
me.
perception check for him. I rolled a nat 20, so he does see you. He sees the spider. He sees the spider, not you, Rowan. He sees the spider,
I
and he's
know.
going to make an attack against the spider.
We step on the spider.
Is it not 20 again? That's
Okay.
right, I'm getting them
All
out of
right.
the way early.
Wow, it was really nice playing Legends of Aelos with you guys. We'll see you in Legends of
Oh, the spider.
Giglamesh.
What health does the spider have?
He's got
One
one hit
HP?
point, so that
Okay,
means.
so I'll just say it's an unarmed strike, and he just crushes the spider, and immediately human form Asher forms. Oh
With
wait, so
that,
that would be
Rowan-
so go ahead. That damage carries over, doesn't it? So you take 4 damage. I think the damage
4?
carries over from your wild shape.
Yeah, it does. So it'd be
So he just
1
did
damage
5.
for the. Okay, so 4 damage.
So he did
Well,
5,
this
so
is
it's 4
half-
damage. So sorry.
As soon as Rowan would have seen the guy kind of like freaking out, and as soon as he turned his back to Rowan would have climbed up and just kind of like pulled himself to the floor, along
I'd
the
say
floor.
in that time you had pulled yourself up. So now
Okay.
we're not going to do initiative because he's just stunned at this point that
Oh,
this
thank
man
you.
just formed.
I've been stuck as a spider for
What
years.
the fuck?
Rowan's
I
gonna
was-
throw the knife at the guy's head
Okay,
from behind.
roll for an attack.
And
I've been stuck as a spider.
You freed me. Thank
can
you.
My
on the
friends.
is there any sneak advantage because he doesn't know Rowan's behind him?
So I would say just you would normally have a disadvantage with these because you don't have proficiency with the throwing and
Right.
they're improvised. But
Mhm.
because you have the sneak, I
No,
will
it's not an
give you-
improvised. It's Grizzy's knife.
Oh, you're going to throw Grizzly's knife.
Yeah,
Okay,
not the
so
little
with this,
shovel shard.
It would just be a regular roll for this.
So that's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Okay, roll your damage.
That's
And then
not a
double it,
whole lot,
because I'll
but-
consider this a sneak attack. So double your roll. Your roll.
So that is.
I'll give you a free rogue
4.
ability right now.
Sweet. So that's 8 damage to the back of the head.
Okay. A good solid hit that just kind of aiming for the back of the head, it kind of hits him right in the back, almost right between the shoulder blades, and he's and then
Asher's
Yep, go ahead, Asher.
going to throw a produce flame in his face.
Okay, what does that do?
2d8 damage if it hits.
Okay.
That probably doesn't hit. That's a 10.
No plus.
No, it was 2 plus 8.
10 does not hit. The flames just kind of just disperse before they make it way to him, but it is a little bit shocking for him. Everybody else, you can now act as quick as you can.
Rowan has the rope on his waist, by the way, which is probably the length. It's 50 feet. So Rowan's gonna just go for the guy, take the knife out, and
Just punch it back in.
just punch it back into the back of his neck. Well, actually, he's gonna take the knife out, and he's going to cover the man's mouth.
Okay. So roll
And
me a strength
slice
check.
his throat. Okay. He's gonna slice his throat.
Murder and mayhem.
Attempt to.
And I assume by the time he's at the top, we're all starting to use the rope. But as he goes forward, we all probably go.
The rope starts to take you guys up. By this point,
Get up as you slay in the throat.
So I rolled a 15, so it's plus 3, 18 strength check.
That is, ooh, that is good. I will one under you. So you do manage to grapple him and cover his mouth, so he is, I guess, silenced in this case. You will have to roll a separate attack for the...
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's an 18 to hit.
That will hit. Roll your attack or damage.
That is 7 damage. Piercing damage.
I didn't track. So he's had 8 and then 7.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
15.
And then whenever I get a chance, Asher's gonna try to throw another produce flame at him.
Going for his throat. You at this point with him kind of struggling against you, kind of stab him, kind of almost right in the chest, in between the shoulder and the chest. He's looking really hurt at this point, but he's not quite dispatched.
For the love of God, just punch him.
Does a 15 hit?
Hold on a second. It does not.
Jesus.
So what were you attacking? Just punching?
No, I was
unarmed
doing
attack?
another produce flame.
Oh, nope, it does not.
Is this
By
guy?
this point, the rest of the party has made their way up. Does he have what? So now he is going to 16. Does that succeed against your grapple?
Am I doing a contested strength check? Is that what that is?
Sure.
That's cocked. So that's a 16 plus 3, so that's a 19.
Yep. So he is still grappled.
Still silent.
That will conclude his turn. He's not going to make an attack. He's just he's focused right now on trying to get you off of him. Who would like a turn? Who needs initiative? Who would like a turn? You get a turn. You get a turn.
Minesleever.
Minesleever. Okay. Is it save?
14 intelligence.
I rolled an at 20. I'm getting them out of the way now. It's good.
No.
This is how it's going.
It's just one guy.
We'll bust out a tried and true sacred flame.
Sacred flame.
16.
Hey,
16.
I rolled a 3. Okay, so roll your damage. Oh no.
All right, that is a 6 and a 1, so that is 7 radiant damage.
That will do it. As grappled and bleeding from his back and his chest, then this life. He falls limp in your arms, Rowan.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep him from making any sound.
Oh,
You know, really.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That
Rowan's just
didn't-
kind of put him down. Does he have like a cloak or anything? Or like he's wearing a cloak, isn't he?
He's not wearing a cloak. He just has just kind of like leather armor.
That went a
Okay.
lot better in my head.
Someone should.
Does he have a mask or anything like that?
He did have just kind of like a bandana, but he wasn't actually wearing it on his mask, his face at that moment. He just had it kind of like down here, but you can tie it back up over there, or whatever you want to do with it.
We should get rid of the body out of the tower.
wear him as a disguise?
That's what I was thinking.
Wear him.
So
That's what I'm saying. We can cut his face off and put it on.
I want to cut your
Wrong
skin off and wear it to
character.
my birthday party.
I'd be losing a lot of benefits if I took off my armor. Rowan's gonna take his armor, take his leathers, all of his clothes, leave him nothing with his breeches, and he's gonna put his clothing in his pack.
Asher's gonna
And-
drag the body out into the woods a little bit and just kind of drop it off into a ditch.
Are we gonna toss him out, and then you're gonna?
Like he was just gonna drag him down the steps and
Is there a
kinda just
door?
throw him in the woods.
There's no door. It's open. It's just open.
That way
Oh, I
he's
didn't
not
know
in
there
the
was a-
tower.
Oh, I didn't know there was a door on the first floor.
There is not a door.
No, he's saying there's no door.
There is no door.
Oh, I was gonna
There's
say.
an archway.
It's just an open archway
Yeah,
that leads into the
Wilson,
tower.
can I make a quick perception check to see if there's any kind of alarms set up that he would have to press to alert of?
Just with your passive perception, doesn't appear to be anything like that.
So he just yelled.
Just the old-fashioned way. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Should I go
Rowan's-
spider again and check underneath that hatch? No, point to the hatch that I saw
How many times can you do that? It's
one
birth.
more time. But if I do
And
that,
that's how you turn into your wolf form.
yep.
I would not do that.
Yeah.
I
Rowan's
think
gonna
we'd be
shake his
better
head.
served.
I don't mind wearing his clothes. I might look like I'm swimming in them though. But I,
I think
can
we should.
be a
I think we should
shadowcan.
just open up that hatch as stealthily as possible. Asher, that spell you casted on us made us extra stealthily. Do you still have the ability to do that?
I can do that a few more times, but we have one last shot. Let's keep it at that. And I'll
I mean,
cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
We need to
God
get there
knows we need
first.
it.
If we can't get there, it don't matter. Rowan's
Let's-
going to go to the latch and I want to. You checked for triggers or anything like that, right?
I checked for alarms, but I did not check for traps on
I
hatch
doubt there
itself.
would be a trap, but yeah, I guess we could check for traps. Rowan will check for a trap. Opening it.
There's a fly.
That be an investigation?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sounds
Oh,
like you
it's
need a
12.
spider friend.
Yeah, I do. What was it?
12.
12. Looking at the hatch is kind of like thin boards, like with cracks almost within it. Like it's barely just kind of a rickety hatch. It's not like a solid cellar door by any means. So even like the gaps where the hinges are, it's very easy to see that it's just like this tiny little bolt on the outside, that it's not even bolted, like it's not even like locked. So you would just lift up the hatch. Looking in
Just
through
gonna
the
lift
different
up the
through the different cracks and stuff, you don't see any kind of like mechanisms or anything like that.
Rowan's gonna open up the hatch.
As
See
the hatch
what's down
opens,
below.
it's just kind of lands on the other side. Not as loud as I just made it sound, but and you see just a set of steps leading down, kind of a dark interior, but there is some light emanating from within. Seems to be some torchlight.
It's a ladder.
Down.
Down.
This is a set of steps that lead down, and it's kind
Steps.
of this first set is down, and then banks left, and then you just see a little bit of torchlight shining from on into the room.
Okay. Rowan is going to do this and start stealthily walking down the steps.
Roll your stealth check.
And we have
All
pass
of
without a
us?
trace active.
Mm-hmm.
Do all of us do stealth checks?
Everybody that's going in.
Okay.
29 for Rowan.
18 for Asher.
16 for Briar.
Are we doing the plus 10 to our stealth as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
never
Yes.
mind.
26.
26 for Briar.
23
18.
for Karan.
18 for Ace.
You feel pretty confident that you're moving pretty quietly, just with your passive perceptions. Inside, you do hear some voices kind of mumbling. You can roll perception to see if you can try to hear what they're saying or anything like that, but you just do hear some just a couple voices moving or kind of talking back and forth.
Rowan's gonna do like a hold motion to the party, and he's going to listen. And he's gonna listen to what they're saying, but how many people he hears. 18 for perception.
Listening in a little bit more intently, you hear one of the voices from inside. Oh, they really fucked us up good, didn't they? How about you? You get any cuts on you? No, I think I'm good. It was quite a hole, though, wasn't it? Bastards didn't stand a chance. And just kind of go on mumbling.
Rowan's going. There's 2 people, right?
Waiting a little bit longer, you do hear a couple just kind of like indistinct just kind of like murmurs of like in pain, and then you hear another voice kind of speak up. Hey, would you hand me that bandage, please? Yeah, go, yeah. So you hear kind of like a third one, maybe fourth, that was kind of mumbling, maybe injured or something.
And then Rowan's gonna say, one, like possibly hurt. And
you now hear the
where
clinking
they're
of metal, and you hear kind of like, right, together now. Sounds like just kind of like some kind of plate armor being tossed into other plate armor. Right, help me with this one too. And you hear kind of dragging of plate armor, and then again that same as they. 2 of them seem to hoist something in.
Is it a spiral staircase that's
Not
going down,
necessarily
or
spiral? It's from where you're standing. You're at almost the base of the steps.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, so you go down, there's the landing, and then down, you're at the landing, and you hear the voices coming off on the left around the corner, like around the hallway of this like cellar room.
So we would have to definitely pass that little passageway to get to the other side of the staircase, correct?
You would have to, so there's only one direction. There's just down on this first platform that you are on. It's just the staircase platform. And then down another set of steps that leads into the room. And you're on that platform, listening in. Around the corner in that room is where you're hearing the voices.
All right,
You
Rowan.
don't see anybody yet.
So, if we can stealth behind them, sounds like there's 2 guys. You take one and I can take the other.
There's 3 or 4 of them. Potentially in this room. We
Alright.
could rush them, but they're gonna... They could hear us. Or we could alert everybody before we could even get to Jethro.
I don't think there's a... We could try to draw one of them out. Maybe.
Karan's going to be focusing on where we came from as we progress with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get lower, and I want to do like a quick little look around the corner. Just one eye turn around the corner to see.
Roll me a stealth check. And then a perception check.
Okay, so 18 plus 4, 22 or so.
Plus 10.
Plus 10, so 28. And then for perception, it's going to be 16.
16 total.
Mm-hmm.
Peeking your eye around the corner, you see on the back wall opposite of the steps, there's 2 individuals laying down. They seem like they're almost mortally wounded, laying on cots. There's one of these guards similar to what you had seen upstairs, similar garb and such, tending to one of their wounds. You see 2 other similarly garbed individuals tossing bodies of armored soldiers into a pile in the corner.
I was going to put up
So
5
you see
now.
3 seems to be
Active.
lively active individuals, and 2 of them who the one that he's tending to seems to be kind of alert but not well at all, so mostly incapacitated. The other one is laying face down away from you, not looking at the wall.
And there's no way to proceed without them seeing us. We would have to get through them, correct, to continue down.
So looking around the corner from what you see, there is no door on that back wall or on that left wall on the side of the room. The door would be, so like, here's the steps, then here, let me show it this way. Here's the steps, then here's the room. The other set of steps would be like this on the opposite end of where you are. So the opposite parallel to where you are. Does that make sense?
We have to cross the room to get down another set of stairs.
Which is
Yeah,
what I
there's-
was saying. Yeah.
So it's
We have
basically
to go
this
through the room.
pattern of it going into the big room and then down a set of stairs and then repeating.
Rowan,
Yeah,
do you
so
have
we have
that extra set of armor that you took?
Yeah.
I think I can distract him. Because it's covered in... that armor is covered in blood, right?
Of what? Yeah, what you guys just dispatched? Yeah.
You guys have to remember, if we sneak past them now, we still have to approach them when we're trying to get Jethro out of here.
We will have to face him. So if I put
At
the
some
armor on,
point.
I can distract him for a few seconds while you guys might do something.
We're going to have to go through them regardless.
Exactly.
So if I put
There's
the
no
armor
point in
on,
putting it.
No.
it'll
No,
distract.
there's no point. We're going to have to get through them.
Yeah.
We're going to be
So-
coming up behind you anyway.
Me
That's
and
what the
Rowan,
drawing out would be. I put the armor on. I go and act like I'm wounded, like I got stabbed. He rushes to help me. You guys take him out.
Where are you guys having this conversation, by the way?
Back of the hallway.
Yeah. Rowan probably would have gone back up to tell them what he saw down there.
here's what I'm thinking. There's 3 of them, and there's 5 of us. Me and Rowan can take out 2 of them. If you 3 can take care of the one that is healing or helping the other one. If me and Rowan can sneak up behind the other 2 that are tossing the bodies and choke them out, then you guys take care of that 3rd one.
Yeah,
We take this and do this
instantly.
stealthily.
Brr, do that little mind
Mine's,
thing.
Okay, so no fire.
not on this one, darling. Not on this one.
Okay.
Not yet.
Don't worry.
Rowan's gonna keep going
Don't
down
worry.
there.
Yeah. So, Ace is gonna come with Rowan, I'm guessing, and we're gonna stealthily get behind these guys.
Okay. I need you to roll me stealth checks.
Well, yeah, we're all going though, because
Yeah,
we
everybody's
have to-
going.
Yeah, so everybody roll. And add your 10.
40. 30, sorry.
40,
30
I
for
was like,
Rowan's stealth.
that's
Yeah,
some
no.
Crazy.
I got a
math
dirty
there.
20 plus 10. 30.
20.
25.
Ace.
19.
I got 14.
You rolled
With
a
the
4
plus 10.
I rolled a 3. I have a plus
Oh.
1.
plus 1 plus 10. Okay.
You manage to get right up behind the 2 individuals. As you are doing so, where's everybody else where's everybody else going?
I
Me and
mean,
Rowan.
Who was getting behind the
Me and
medical
Rowan are
person?
going.
That would be
All
probably
3
me.
of them.
mm-hmm. Briar and I are going to be like at basically towards the entrance of the door. But yeah, our focus would be him. And then you 2 are taking the 2 guys tossing bodies onto the pile.
So you guys are kind of at the entrance then?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you get up, they've tossed a body. As you guys kind of quickly sneak right up behind these 2, the one on the right, closest to Dom, starts to turn around and sees Dom at that moment. So now's the time to act.
Okay.
What are you doing? This is your surprise round.
Rowan is going to pull out Lymel's blade, and with both of his actions, one action is to kind of go behind the guy, cover his mouth, and just stab him from behind in the chest cavity, trying to
Okay.
go through the heart.
Roll an attack. Dom, go ahead and roll an attack as well. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
Nat
Ace
20.
I'm assuming.
Dom
Nat
is
20 if they
Dom
roll
is
damage.
Dom is going to rush the guy and try to grab his arm, or not his arm. He'll take his arm, wrap it around his neck, and go for basically like a chokehold and try to snap his neck as quick as possible.
We'll call that flavor. Just go ahead and roll an attack.
It's double the dice roll, right?
Double the dice roll.
Or is it just...
Right.
So it's going to be... not as cool as I thought it was going to be, but 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what am I using as a plus for this?
Just your normal. Just do a normal attack. In this case.
Okay,
I'm just saying that it's the
that-
flavor of how you're doing it.
it would be a 26.
26 to hit. That does hit. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage. Okay.
That would be 11 points of damage.
I have a Linksy Doodle for you guys.
Yay!
Asher, go ahead and roll your attack as well.
Okay. So
You guys can look at the screen there and tell me if those positions are about right. If you can see it, I sent you the link in
Does
the
a-
private chat.
21 hit.
It sure does.
Okay, so Asher's just gonna, as soon as this guy turns around, he's just gonna slam a produce flame into his face. And that's gonna be 9 damage.
All right, I have to pull up the encounter. We have 7 from Rowan's guy, 11 from
Mhm.
Dom's guy, and what you said, 9?
9.
I will give you two your last surprise round, and then we're going to start initiative.
Okay,
Okay.
Karan, you can go first.
All right. The one that. So, Rowan successfully grappled the one that. And
Mhm.
you did as well, Dom?
Yes, that's what I want to clarify with Holson really quick, is that I want to grapple him. I want to make sure that he's grappled
We're doing this.
with my effect. So,
Okay, so each of you roll strength for me.
okay.
Okay.
That's a
22.
dirty 20.
Ooh. Okay. So Dom's guy rolled a nat 20. Rowan's guy rolled a 6. So Rowan, you do have yours. You do have yours grappled. Dom, in his turning around and seeing you and be surprised, he was able to kind of like flinch response and not quite be held. But then you did get the attack off on him. So 7, 11, 9. I will give last surprise round for Briar and Karan. Go ahead.
Okay. Well then, seeing the one that Dom broke away, I'm going to attack him with
Okay.
the
And Asher's
guiding bolt.
isn't restrained at all. He just basically launched a fire,
Right.
threw fire in his face.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Be a first level guiding bolt.
First level
the one
guiding
that
bolt.
Dom.
Towards this guy.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
All right, that is a 12 plus 8. It's 20.
That will hit.
Okay. It's first level, so it's 4d6.
Everybody else who's already had their turns, go ahead and roll your initiative, and then just have it ready for me, okay?
Ooh, that's a big
Yep.
one. 5, 11, 6. That's 17 radiant damage to him.
17
That's a lot
radiant
of
damage with
damage.
him. Wow. Okay. With that, so he's dead. Just like that, he turns around and taking all that damage at once, he is dispatched.
At least the body parts glittering
Nice.
a little bit.
He's glowing, shiny and dead.
The
He
shiny
will
dead
enter
corpse.
Valhalla, shiny and chrome. Yeah. So Briar, go ahead and do your turn.
I will mind slaver Asher's guy. 14
That
save.
what kind of save? Wisdom,
Intelligence.
intelligence. That's an 11. He fails. Roll your
Okay.
damage.
Okay. He's going to take 8 dabblage, and his next saving throw, he'll need to roll a d4 and deduct.
It's going to take 8 dabblage.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And now I need everybody's initiative. Karan.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead. Rowan.
18.
18. Asher.
17.
9.
9. Ace.
Go wash your
He's gone.
dice.
Briar.
20.
Ace got an 11 for his initiative.
And 20 for Briar. Roll these guys real
17
quick.
for Karan.
That was garbage. But he's got a +1. And this guy. That's garbage as well. Okay. You guys are still going to get your turns. His is 0 because he's dead already. Okay. Briar, you're up first. Immediate next turn. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to cast. Are we still trying to be quiet, or we don't give a F anymore?
Yes, we're still trying to be quiet.
Minesweeper again. Intelligence saving throw of 14, please, on Asher's dude.
And he has
Okay.
a -4, doesn't
He
he?
fails once again.
Yep.
No need to roll
So
damage on
roll
that.
again.
He's dead.
Oh,
He had 1
cool.
HP. So.
Awesome sauce. All right.
So Asher's guy is dead. Okay. Next in line, we have Rowan. Moment of redemption
Rowan
on your
is-
guy.
Yeah. Rowan is going to pull out the sword again and just jab it right back in there.
Roll your attack.
Still maintaining that cover on his
Mm-hmm.
mouth. Okay, so that's a 16. God dang it. Plus 6, so 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, well, hopefully this D8. Nice. Okay, so that is 10 piercing damage done to him.
10. He's looking
Or
pretty
slashing.
hurt after this. At this point, you feel like those 2 strong stabs into him while having him held. Kron, it's your turn.
No.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I want to clarify. Since I'm still maintaining the grapple, is that still considered another action since it's already completed, or how do you want to rule that? Because Rowan has 2 attacks.
If you're holding him with one hand, you wouldn't have your offhand attack because that's currently using.
No. It's not an offhand.
what I mean?
I have 2 attacks. I have two
Okay.
2 attacks now with Rowan, so I can.
I say, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, because with the level 5, Rowan has 2 attacks, and in certain orders, I would have 3. So Rowan's going to stab him again. So that's an 18 plus 6, so 24 to hit. I'm assuming
That'll
it
hit.
does hit. And going to stab him again. So that will be 5 piercing damage or slashing damage.
And
Dun dun.
that will do it. As this last one has fallen, you. It does seem that there are no other individuals in the immediate vicinity. You do notice at this point the piles of bodies. It looks like soldiers of Eswand, with their different kind of half plate and wearing the colors of Eswand. The red soaked darker with the blood that is
Yeah.
kind of filled the
Awesome.
corners of the room.
Do we see? Does Ace is going to look as soon as he notices that they're Eswand? Does he notice
Also,
the friends?
I will say that you do still have those 2 guys that are.
Too bad. Yes, what I was about to
Yeah,
say.
Asher's just gonna go over and just end them.
Same with Briar. We're
no
just
need
gonna.
to roll an attack. They're just helpless. They are dispatched. Go ahead.
And then Asher wants to
Dom.
take one of their bloody clothing and don that on just in case we need it.
Are you doing that in place of yours,
Yes.
or just?
Ace wants to look and see if that he remembers that character that was it Briar looked
The
and waved at
halfling.
the halfling. Is that halfling in this pile?
Looking through this group of individuals, they don't seem to be wearing the same kind of garb. They're not wearing the rogue leathers that troop was carrying, and in some ways their armor is a little more decorative.
This might be the group that was escorting Princess.
I agree.
Rowan's going to keep Limel's blade out and pull out Grizzy's dagger and then put it back and then pull out his sword. These guys gotta go. All of them.
We'll give him a proper burial later. But for now, need to see if they have anything valuable that we use. Healing potions, anything of the sorts. And Ace is
Roll an
going to
investigation.
search.
Karan wants to go to where the next set of stairs is too and just listen to see if he can hear anything, if what they've done may have been noticed or not.
Yeah, roll an
Straight
perception
16.
check. With your straight 16, looking through the bodies without trying to make not too much noise, you don't see. It seems like most of that stuff's been picked off of them. Just no luck there, as far as like what's on them, on their person.
Okay.
Anything? Dumb.
Nothing that I could find. Maybe somebody with better
Rowan's
eyes.
gonna look around, like at a chest or barrel or anything that could be filled or meant for sorting. Anything like that. Usually when they're pulling things out, they're putting things aside.
Looking in the immediate vicinity, you do find what looks like just some kind of health potions, but they're like partially used. So in this case, it would be like 2d4 that you could like decide amongst the team how much you would get, because it's like between these two like half drunk potions that were presumably being used to treat these individuals that were and mortally wounded.
Did anyone else take damage during the fight?
No.
Just Asher so far with his 4
I was about-
HP in spider form.
I was about to say, Asher, you probably want to just go ahead and drink that so we're all at 100% as we continue going down.
I'm fine. I got stepped on.
I know, but I'm just saying that it might.
Rather than doing it in the middle of battle.
Yeah, it might take time later.
Top yourself
when
off.
we have time.
Yeah, then Asher will just kind of be like, this is
roll a d4.
okay.
Or chat can.
Yeah, chat, roll a d4.
Chat, exclamation point D4. Anybody in
So,
chat, exclamation point D4.
Clarifier, are we going to be holding this initiative or rolling for initiative each time?
We will probably be rolling each time. This depends on
I hope
the
so.
encounters.
Hey, 2 health.
Hey, you get two health from that. Couple sips of the health
Yeah.
potion. What was your perception
gonna-
check, Karan?
My perception check was an 18.
Hearing down the room, it is quiet down that next set of steps. Don't hear much of anything.
And Asher grabbed the robes from the guy that Rowan stabbed and is basically just covered in blood.
Okay.
He picked the ones that had no magic and pure just stabby marks.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, we proceed.
Well,
Yeah,
Rowan's
let's
gonna
keep going.
I don't
walk up
hear anything.
behind Karan. Nothing. Okay.
No, that's
Making
not
your
necessarily a
way
good sign.
cautiously into the next level. By this point, this is level 3, technically. That was level 2 that we were just in. So now level 3. Kind of peeking around the corner once again, stealthily, maintaining that caution. This seems to be mostly just a storeroom. There's some shelves lined with different like bags of grain and stuff. There's a couple barrels, kind of like the last room, except last room was a little bit torn apart. This one is a little bit more organized. Seems like where they're keeping their stuff. At least survival stuffs.
Do we want to check for potions or anything that might be in here?
If somebody wants to check for potions, I can do my magic eye thing.
I would say we'll check for magic, and then which I can do that.
Well, I
Don't
can
wanna
do it.
spend Too
I can
long.
do it. I can do it with my eye. You don't have to spend a spell slot. That's what I'm trying to say.
That works.
It's not a bad idea, though, considering Grimm's accomplices. There could be magical illusions that are obscuring prying eyes, just to be sure no one's actually watching us here. Can you verify that, Ace?
I can try. Yeah. And then I will cast my eye on the
And then
room.
roll perception.
15 plus 4, so 19.
There doesn't seem to be any kind of magical essence emanating from any of the open items out on the shelves and stuff like that. You could search through the different bags and stuff like that, or the barrels themselves. One thing that does catch your eye is, again, a few more kind of like mostly empty health bottles. There's about 3 of them. But they're mostly just like, just like a couple sips left in them.
There's nothing. Everyone's gonna go. I'm sure Dom will point them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rowan will grab them and put the various ones.
Could we just
Probably take the
dump-
most filled ones, and he's gonna give one to Karun and one for Briar. 1 to Briar. Just something, and he's going to keep the remaining one with the least amount left for himself, and meet back up and a couple more to go.
If we need a distraction, my plan is I'll walk into a doorway and collapse, have them come out to aid me, and you guys can ambush.
Yeah, we can do that. Rowan's gonna gesture to Asher.
So Asher will lead the party in the sneaky sneak.
Okay. Making your way down, it seems to be quiet in the next room. And then you hear a kind of a bit of a growl. And then you hear a shh.
I'm going to say telepathically to Asher, I think they could be anticipating us. Do we need to change our approach?
Are you like reading his mind currently, or
No,
is it...
no.
Oh.
It's just the reaction to he's hushing, but we can't tell if it's like, he's just hushing a beast or if he's trying to keep the beast quiet so as to not notice. I guess
Can you
really-
tell if the breathing is human or an animal?
It sounded beastly. It also had a odd element to it that didn't seem natural.
Go with animals, right? I am.
I got a +8, but like,
Can't you speak with animals?
do not have that prepared.
Well,
Do you want me to collapse at the... walk into the doorway and see if I can draw one out?
You hear sound of boots coming your way.
get up and
looking-
around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get up and around to where
as you
if-
are trying to go up around, you see a head peek around the corner and then dip back down.
There goes the surprise element.
You hear those footsteps.
All right. we go.
As
Go down
you
we go.
hear those go past, just you hear a little bit more ruckus in that room, and you hear a voice speak to another one, just kind of like mumbled. You could roll perception to see if they said. I'd say the two front people would be able to.
Okay.
18?
Perception. I can't remember what my perception is. I rolled a 17.
17 and 18, with the distance and the kind of the commotion of slightly going up the stairs, it's hard to tell what they were saying, but it seemed a little hurried and kind of hushed.
They know we're here, so
Play dead.
they saw me in the armor.
Ah,
So this
No
is
point.
pointless. And I'll just like take off the mask and
all right.
You hear
Go. We're going.
some
We're going.
boots come back from that long distance that they came, and then they get a little bit closer again. Kind of sounds like right around the corner. Hello,
Ready to attack.
what are you doing here?
oh, well, we're lost. We lost our
Yeah,
way.
you
in the
bet you're
forest.
fucking lost.
Do you know where the shopkeeper, the innkeeper, is in this tower? And he's gonna say as he just blindly throws a fire or like a produce flame down the hallway. I don't care if it hits.
Okay, yeah, you just
He's
kind
just
of
gonna chuck it around
see
the
it kind
corner.
of you see that somebody is kind of like leaning partially around the corner. It kind of illuminates him a bit. You see him kind of like dodge back around the corner. Oh fuck! As the flame goes past. Okay.
We're here for the party.
Yeah, Rowan's
Let's go.
gonna rush around the corner and rush the guys.
Okay, I need
Yep,
marching
separate.
order of
Yep.
rushing around the corner.
I'd say 8,
I'm
or
sure-
sorry, Rowan, Ace.
I'm sure when Asher kind of went to throw his produced flame, Rowan was running with the fluid motion of Asher throwing.
Okay.
The fire.
And you're gonna go right
Rowan's
around that corner
sprinting.
to address that guy.
Yep,
I
and
need
Rowan's
everybody
gonna
else's
ignite.
marching order.
Asher's gonna be right behind Ace, and he's gonna.
And
use
Ace, where are
his
you going?
bonus.
I'm right behind Rowan. I would have been right behind her. That's him.
Okay.
See.
I'll be behind Ace. Then, and I also want to
Asher
ready a
and
spell.
Karan both want to be behind Ace. So how?
Oh, okay. I'm fourth in the stack. All right. If we're talking in terms of stack, we got Rowan
Okay.
2, 3. I'm 4.
I'm the butt.
You're the
The
butt.
butt.
Yeah. And then Asher's gonna use a third level slot and cast Flame Blade.
Just for
sanity's
reference,
sake.
Jethral's sword is ignited as well.
Excellent.
Yep, same for the gauntlets.
Okay. Let me turn your guys' little battle map back on. Can you see
Same way?
everything? Can you see it? And then I gotta turn it on for le stream.
Yes,
Um,
it sees it.
No surprise in this count, so we are going straight into battle.
Okay.
Mhm.
So if we're in battle's incepted now, that's what I was holding the spell for. Was just for that. So,
Oh yeah.
I need new initiatives.
16.
Give me a second here. I'll call you guys out.
No, hurry up.
No, hurry up.
Well,
Oh.
fuck.
Okay,
Wash your dice.
Karan,
15.
15.
Trust your dice.
You said 16, Ace?
16.
Briar.
Yep.
Bart,
11.
11, Asher,
4.
4, Rowan,
Go wash them now.
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
Can I resolve my
Okay.
spell?
Listen
Give
to
me 1
your
second. I
dice,
gotta roll
guys.
some.
Bathe
Hey.
them when they're cursed.
Or that too.
Yeah, I think they just might be cursed. I'm good at uncursing dice apparently.
There's times where I'm about to roll a dice and I just hear no, and I'm like, oh, okay.
No. Please, sir.
Essentially.
Roll me.
Don't eat me.
Oops.
I will try your technique
Roll
out again.
initiative.
I'm telling you, Eric. I'm telling you.
I'm setting
Well,
them all in front of me, and I'm going to listen.
While this is getting set up, big thank you to Quest and Chaos for the follow and Typhonius Starheart and your legendary name. That is amazing. You sound like an adventurer, so thanks for becoming a legend. If you haven't, make sure you do. And if you'd like to subscribe, badges coming soon.
Okay. First in line, Rowan. With your rush down the hall, you may do your actions.
All right. Rowan's gonna attack for 3 times. Remaining, I'm sorry. Get the crap out of it. So, 16, 14.
These are total hits?
22 to hit, yeah.
So 16, 14, and 22. The first and the third attack will hit.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I was going to say 17, 14, and then 22 for the last one. So.
Okay. The first and the third will hit.
Okay, so the first and the third will both be Jathryl's Flame Tongue. If you think about how Rowan would have slashed with the Flame Tongue first, the second one would have been with Limeil's Blade, back to Jathryl's Blade. Just for clarity. So 9 slashing damage. And then now for 6 flame damage. So
it's a 9 slashing.
9 slashing, 6 flame.
Okay.
And then 6 slashing, 6 flame.
He immediately falls. Well done. That's a lot of damage. Okay. Next in line is Ace.
Okay. Ace is going to rush to the second guy. And he is going to attack. Does it matter which has fire, which doesn't, kind of thing?
What do you mean?
I know we wanted to specify. I was going to roll all 3 of my attacks, but I needed to know.
It will matter, because if you're rolling at 20, then...
Okay.
So, say your first attack, roll them individually, because if you're rolling at 20, and then you can decide, I want to take the higher one and roll that one to double.
Sure. So we got an 18 plus 8, so 26 for the first one.
That'll hit.
17 plus 8, 25. And third is another 17 plus 8.
That'll hit. Roll your damage.
Roll the Okay, 35 points of damage.
35 points of damage. He's dead. With that, does that conclude your turn?
That does conclude my turn.
You see, around the corner, somebody ducks their head from around that corner. And he is going to make an attack. I will also mention... give you a lay of the land. In this room, there are black, almost like, it's like there's fog of just like black shadow kind of illuminated, like revolving around these stones that are like gravitating upwards. and floating along these chains. They have this like pearlescent like whiteness in the luminous air aspect of the black stone, but it's like this almost akin to Karun's amethyst, but this like slow spinning vortex that's within these black stones that
Like a miasma.
gravitate that gravitate towards the ceiling. But in between that, he is going to make an attack. He's going to make multiple attacks, actually.
Holson, I haven't raged. Could I have used my rage there
Yeah.
at the end
that's
of that turn? Do you want chat to report?
fine. Sure. Hey, chat. Hi, Aaron. Hello. Chat, roll exclamation point D8. It's an 8. Bolt of lightning shoots from your chest.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just go ahead and say it's this guy. How about that?
Sure.
So I make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, he saves. Never mind. He saved. But he is going to make his attack. This is 18. $23 to hit Rowan. As you see that he is throwing a dagger. And that's going to be there's going to be 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You see from the other hand, another one. That is above 20, so that's going to hit as well. And then 5 points of piercing damage.
Done to me as well.
That is done to you as well.
Okay.
And then you will see as he ducks back behind cover. Next in line, however, emerging from the shadows in the corner, that growl suddenly makes itself known as this shadowy, ethereal mastiff comes in from the shadows and rushes right towards Karun.
Okay, can I have one that held spell that I made mention?
Oh yeah, we
before
never
this
did.
started? Yeah.
Sorry.
Absolutely would come into play here.
What was it?
So the held spell is spiritual or spirit guardians.
Oh, okay.
So I'm casting that. And spirit guardians, it's on me, 15-foot radius. And that is if any creature walks into that range or
Mhm.
distance of 15 feet, then first its speed is halved.
Okay.
And upon first entering the area, or if it starts its turn there, it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Right.
Of 16.
Hashtag
That's-
spiritual bullshit.
Is 14. It fails.
All right. So then it's going to take. Okay. First off, I should ask.
Wait.
You said wait.
Never mind. We're good. I was making sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Cool. So, technically in the description it says these spirits, if they're good, they can be fey or angelic, evil, fiendish. I'm assuming they're not fiendish looking.
Probably not.
I was going to, for flavor, kind of be summoning the spirits of all them as Windian corpses upstairs.
Okay. Get their revenge. All right.
Yeah, and it's going to be 3d8 radiant damage.
Oof. Roll your damage.
Hashtag spiritual bullshit.
Spiritual bullshit.
Great
So
spell.
I gotta roll 2 and then. Alright, so that's 2 7s. And a 2. So that is 16 radiant damage.
Nice. Okay, as these guardians kind of like spinning around you, you see them kind of like running through the walls and like taking swipes at this this shadow mastiff. And okay, what else would you like? Well, you wouldn't like to do. It's what it would like to do now.
Yes,
That
well,
it's
yep,
made its
yep,
way
now it's
up
back
to
in your
you.
court.
That's right. That's right. Back in my court. Did I already roll for an attack? I did not.
You were
Okay.
coming towards Karan. He's like,
Yes. Actually,
Now the question is, I would have to say, how far did he run before he hit that 15-foot? Because as soon as he enters that range, his speed is halved. So that is the one
what
thing that
is
would
his
still apply here.
movement? So he would have had time, so their ability allows them to be invisible. So they were basically just lurking in the shadows, like
Mm-hmm.
at the entrance here. So he was like here. There is
Okay.
Yes, he's right there. And yeah, so and he has 40 feet of movement. So as far as
Okay,
his
so 20
movement,
feet. So yeah, he can still get to him.
Paulson, you keep saying they as in plural. Is there more than, because we only say one per second.
These monsters can this particular beast
Okay, I just
This
wanted to
one-
No, I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't more.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you. Come on. That's that is a 23 to hit. So that, I believe that's going to hit, right? Like, so let me roll the dabblage here. Ooh, God. That's 14 points of piercing damage as it bites into you. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Mm.
Really quick, Colson.
Yeah.
Would you say he's 5 feet within Rowan?
He's 10 feet.
Yeah.
He's with 10 feet.
5 foot would
Okay.
be right next to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
That is a 5.
You are prone.
No
So
surprise there.
run. This is prone. Just so I remember. Boop.
Okay.
Does he have other attacks? Let me check. Nope. Yep. So that's that. It is now your turn though.
All right. I guess even though I'm lying on the ground, I probably would imagine myself being on my back and push up. And you don't have to change. That's fine. I'm gonna put my hand, like, in attempts to push it up off of me, and I'm gonna release guiding bolt at level 2.
Okay. Roll your attack.
That is a 16 plus 8. So
That will hit.
imagine 20. Yeah, okay. So
Just barely.
just barely. Or maybe 20. It doesn't matter. 5d6.
5d6. You're gonna do at least 5 damage.
At least. Guaranteed more than 4. All right. That wasn't. Actually, no. That's not too bad. All right. So I got 4, 8, 11, 15 radiant damage.
Okay. It's looking pretty hurt.
All right. It's Oh no, it's turn. Yeah. So that doesn't have an effect here. I'm gonna pop that. And I'm gonna go ahead and do.
Briar, you're on
Or
deck.
actually, am I grappled? Or can I stand
You are
up
not
from
grappled.
this?
You're just prone.
Okay.
You just got knocked prone.
So I'll stand up from this. As I'm standing up, I'll do a level 1. Actually, no, I'll just stand up. Oh wait, no, the potion's in. Yeah, I'll take that little pittance potion for however many heals chat wants to heal me.
Chat, exclamation point D4. And it's going to be a D4 minus 1.
Perfect.
Come on, chat.
2.
Hey, you get 2 HP.
Yay. Because I conveniently had it in my hand still, see? There.
Perfect. Okay, Briar.
Briar's going to go bad dog and does a +6. Does a 16 hit
It does.
with firebolt. An emote of fire is going to flash out of her hands at this stupid bad dog, and it's going to take 13 damage.
That'll do it. As the flames kind of erupt this shadowy mastiff figure, it kind of and dissipates into shadow.
And then I would like to use my movement to start going towards where that guy left. Like when he peeked and started going away, I want to start moving that direction.
So, say 5, 10, 15. Where do you want to go?
Over towards that rock clump in front of Rowan.
20, 25, 30. Do you want to go with the whole 30 right here?
I'm 35 walking speed.
35?
so-
You want to go right here?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
You see as there is another growl and a manifestation of a shadowy figure. Oops, sorry. A shadowy mastiff figure. That is going to whoop, whoop, and rush over to Dominicus. That's 18 plus stuff. So that's its attack. Ooh, that's sad. That's going to be 8 piercing damage. So halved. Go ahead and subtract 4 HP.
Okay.
And then strength saving throw.
You've got 18 plus 8, 26.
Oh, for your strength saving throw? Yeah. You're good.
Okay.
But that does conclude its turn. Asher, it's your turn, finally.
So Asher is going to kind of slingshot around Rowan and try to move towards that gap. While he's passing him, though, he's going to use his bonus action to say, get up, we need you. And he'll cast Healing Word at level 1.
On
That
Rowan?
is, yep. Hold on. 1d4 plus 5. Why is D&D Beyond so slow? Oh, it was almost a 4.
Are you running towards the Mastiff or towards the...
The guy that peeked around the corner.
Okay. So you,
And that's
you were
6
here,
health to you,
5,
Rowan.
10, 15, 20. What's your movement?
30 feet.
25, 30. You can get to here. Right here. Is that fine?
Yeah. Would I be able to... Yeah, so I should be able to see him, right?
Yep, at this point you can.
Okay, so it's going to be a ranged attack. He's going to throw a Produce Flame at his ass.
Okay, roll your attack. You guys are doing pretty well.
Does a
It's
17
not
hit?
whittling away your health too much. 17 does hit.
Okay.
Let me check this guy. It does hit. Yes.
$10 damage.
As you shoot the flames, you see as he kind of it catches him across the chest, but he seems to kind of avoid the brunt of the attack there.
Okay.
But it did land and deal some fire damage on this guy.
Sweet.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll be my turn. Yeah, Rowan, you healed, right?
Rowan, you're back. Your turn.
Okay. Rowan's gonna look at the pup. No, Dom probably has got it, and he's gonna go after that guy.
What's your movement speed?
I have 30 feet.
15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to there.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll rush the guy.
As you gently brush past Briar.
Excuse me, Briar.
You're excused, dear.
Rowan is going to go for 3 attacks again.
Okay, roll your attacks.
$13 plus 6, so 19. 19, not 19. 14 plus 30, 20.
Okay.
And 18 plus 6 for the last one, so they
all of them will hit. Roll your damage.
Son of ejecto. Nice. And then it's gonna be pointless, I think. So 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
Then 9 fire damage.
Okay.
11 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then 10 slashing damage and 12 fire damage.
Okay. Nice, solid hits. You feel that you take nice, good chunks of his vitality away with those attacks. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Sure. I'd like to trip him.
Okay.
That'll be a strength saving throw for him. D8 damage.
That is probably a fail. That is a fail.
So he is now prone, and he took 5 additional damage on top of that.
Okay. Nice.
Cracks the skull, bleeds out.
Okay. Back to Ace.
Alright, so this dog's trying to butt my butt, so I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna punch it in the face a couple times.
Punch it in the face.
Alright, we've got a 17,
That will hit.
15,
That will also hit.
and a 18.
That will also hit. Roll your damages.
Okay. Oh. Oof. We've got 45 points of damage.
Jesus. With the succession of hits, doggy dead. Once again, and then just disperses into shadow. You guys are so OP. It is now his turn. He's going to use his movement to stand back up, and he will address Rowan here. This is going to be a couple of attacks. It's a nat 20 on the first attack.
Oh,
That's a
shit.
17 plus stuff on the second attack. And another 17. So, okay. All right. What is he doing here? You are so lucky. On the nat 20 roll, I rolled a 1.
Nice.
You son of a dick. So that's going to be 5 points of damage for the first attack. Or no. It's going to be... That's 6 points of damage. I got to double the 1. 6 points of damage for the first attack. That's going to be 8 points of damage for the second attack. And that's going to be for the last third short sword attack, another 6 points of piercing damage. As he quickly just kind of jabs at you after you take the succession of stabs, slashes at him. But that will end his turn. It is now Karan, you're up. Briar, you're on deck.
All right. So I'm basically just going to advance into the middle of the room. I gotta see exactly how many.
Okay.
All right. So
Where do you want to move
give
to?
me up there next to the space that will share that are in between you. Yep, between
Okay.
Briar and
Dom.
Dom. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, is there anything that I can do dabblage to, or that can have dabblage done to it inside of that 15-foot
There is not.
area?
You do not
Okay.
see your spirit guardians attacking anything within this space.
Okay. All right. Those crystals, particularly the one that's not the one that's next to Ace, or not to Ace, next to Asher, but that one that's floating up there. I'm just going to, I want to inspect it to see if it seems to be reacting or doing anything in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if I need to destroy it or not.
Without rolling, they don't seem to be doing anything. The
Okay.
oddness of them is their this black pearlescent nature and the fact that they're floating upwards like anti-gravity. But it's not like it's a strong, like they're kind of like wafting like a semi-deflated balloon. Like the chains are kind of slack. It's not like they're pulling on the chains hard or anything like that.
Okay. I'm just
Anything
gonna
else you'd like to
see
do
what
with it?
happens. I'm gonna throw.
Which
a
one are you gonna
sacred
touch?
flame. No, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna throw a sacred flame at the one
At
that's
which one?
higher and further away. The higher one, yeah, in the
This one?
yeah, that guy.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let me roll my dexterity saving throw for it.
The
No.
floating rock. Yeah.
The radiant energy kind of hits it, and you see it kind of, but nothing seems to happen. It kind of reacts to that, like just the force of that energy hitting it, but then it just kind of floats there.
Okay. No damage, no reaction, just aside from the moving of impact. Okay. How much
Briar,
space
you're
I
up.
use? Got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, leave me there. Mhm.
Okay. Briar's going to close the gap and start singing Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. And she's going to cast Nat 20
Hey,
on
roll
her
your damage.
cantrip due to the tans. What is a 0? That's a 10, right? 11.
Yes.
So doubled. That's 22. Fire
22 points of
damage.
fire damage.
Uh-huh.
You see again as he's engaging with Rowan, he kind of again with the strong attack of the fire. He avoids the brunt of the damage, but still a solid hit on him.
Have I closed the distance enough? I don't remember if it's a cantrip where I get to use my whip.
Thorn whip. That's a reaction, isn't it?
It's if
Remember.
I hit with a spell, then if I'm close enough.
It's not it's anytime you land with an attack, you may make
Okay.
another attack with your whip.
Okay, so that landed, so may I?
Yes. Roll your attack.
Okay. Let's see. I reach out with my whip. My whip is a good boy. My whip does.
You have to roll the attack first.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's what I'm 14 plus whip. Why don't I see my whip? Vine whip, here we go, plus 4. So that's 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that's my 1d4 plus 4. It's adorable. That's a 4 total more damage.
4 more damage as the whip kind of whoosh, comes in succession of the flames. It is now Asher's turn.
So Asher's gonna close the gap and take a swing with his flame sword.
All right. Hey, you're a member of the Brimstone Bros now.
Oh fuck. That is a 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, then he's gonna use his bonus action and cast another level 1 healing word on Rowan.
Okay.
And that'll be 7 health to you, Rowan. And that's my turn.
Okay. That brings us back to Rowan.
Rowan's going to answer. And how is he looking? Is he looking pretty hurt?
Looking real hurt.
Yeah, Rowan's going to go in for the same attacks last time. So two attacks. Shot here. $18 for the first one, 17 for the second one, and 18 for the last one. Do they all
That'll all hit. Roll your damage.
Where's my... Oh, I'm missing one. 7... Appropriate, I guess. Okay, so we have 10 slashing damage. The first attack. 5 fire damage.
With that,
6. Oh.
you, in succession, realizing the first strike has removed the life from this individual, but you continue with your last 3 strikes as just for good measure as he and falls to the ground. That will conclude initiative.
I was gonna kind of rock on his heel a little bit.
You alright?
Yeah, it took a couple hits.
Sure did. What was those
Yeah.
beasts? They came out of nowhere.
I'm gonna cure
Yeah.
Rowan as well.
Thank you.
Mhm.
We're on Asher. And one of those potions that Rowan got with like barely anything in it, do I just roll a d4? And that'll be...
It's fun to have chat roll it. Chat!
Okay.
Exclamation point D4. You can roll these crappy health potions. Somebody chat exclamation point D4. It's gonna be
Can
exclamation.
Asher-
It's gonna be a D4 minus 1 just before we get the number. It is a 0. There's barely any health from this sad potion.
Oh no.
Speaking of potions, Holson, can I search these bodies and see if there's anything of value on them?
Go ahead. Investigation.
And then can Asher listen down the hallway to see if he hears any other voices or anything like that?
With your passive, you don't hear anything.
Straight
Come down the
16.
next hall.
I got a max roll, so you get 15 HP back.
Other than just their short swords, you do find some of the little throwing daggers that the kind of sneaky figure seemed to have. Other than that, nothing else.
Rowan, this guy's got a couple more daggers. Do you want these things?
Actually, yeah. Rowan's gonna go take the daggers. How many daggers?
Just two,
Just two?
like throwing daggers. Yeah.
They know we're here and they're gonna be ready for us.
They
That's
do
fine.
know we're here. I think we should charge full steam ahead.
I
We-
think we should mess with them a little bit. And Asher's gonna take his flame blade and basically just take this sneaky dude's head off and just carry it down the hallway.
Oh, you can
Skipping.
like peek around the corner with it and be like, yoo-hoo. He's just like, oh.
Karan,
Spirits
should we be worried about that?
It didn't seem to do anything aside from move when I used my sacred flame, so didn't
Yeah,
react
yeah.
violently.
The crystals, yeah, that's not actually what I was talking about Asher cutting a man's head off and skipping down the hallway with it.
He didn't skip, he just like wandered off with the mission.
Now is not the time to worry about that. We can worry about that later.
Therapy later, got it. Okay, yep.
These spirits won't last forever, so we should probably make use of them while we can.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
For the second
We
time, heading down into the
10.
next room. Doesn't seem to be any individuals in this room, but there are signs of people that had been here. There's a lot of torture equipment and blood covering the different tools lined up on a table. Once again, there are some partially used potions. This would be, we're talking about 4d4 worth of potion drinky drinks.
Rowan's gonna go over and chug one really
Seems
quick.
like these
to
were
kinda
the
top.
potions that were used for. So chat. How many are you going to use?
Just one.
Okay. Somebody roll exclamation point D4 for us for Rowan.
Disclaimer: if he doesn't feel anything from it, he's probably gonna take another one.
Gotcha.
So we'll
Yes,
see.
he wants to be able to feel from. These are just shoddy leftovers of the potions. It seems like these were potions they were using to keep their individuals alive. Anyone want to roll? I mean, he'll get no healing if you don't roll. Okay.
Please give Rowan healing.
Please give Rowan healing. Exclamation
I'm gonna
point
drink a
D4.
I'm gonna drink one of my proper healing potions.
Actual
just-
potions. Okay.
Yeah.
Sky does it. That is
One.
1 point of healing. Feel slightly better, but there's still 3 more of those random D4 potions.
Olsen, can we just add all of them together and have like a 3d4 healing potion?
No, if you add them all together, you will have a guaranteed just healing potion. 3 of these together would be just one regular just healing potion. No.
Rowan's gonna
minus.
drink one more, and he's gonna take the other 2 and give them to Ace, and basically bottoms up while he's drinking one more. So if chat wants to roll one more D4 to see if that does anything.
Also, in just describing the lay of this room with the different devices and chairs and straps used for, evidently for torture, there are more of these floating crystals kind of chained to the ground, floating up towards the sky. So
Rowan
we
is
have
topped off.
3 points. Okay, cool.
Thank you,
Nice.
chat.
Good job, chat. Good job.
Crumb was gonna tell Briar, can you reach out to Jathril to see if he responds?
Jathril, are you still alive? We're almost at you.
I'm fine. But they've left. Are you here? I think they're waiting for you.
Ambush.
Well, that's what this is for, and I'll hold up the severed head.
Hopefully he was important.
Ready to go roll some heads?
Ready to go.
Asher, what are you doing with the head?
I'm gonna kick down the door and throw it at him.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
It's nice to see him rubbing off on people.
Right before we go through the door, Briar is going to look at Rowan and she's gonna high five. Bam! Cast haste.
I'm gonna harness divine power and gain back my 2nd level spell slot.
Okay, so you guys in this torture chamber is the 4th level. You are about to enter the 5th level. Are you heading down?
Yeah, so there's been doors on each of these rooms, right?
There has not.
This is
Wow.
There's not even an archway, just a big
Just-
open.
So as soon as everyone's ready, Asher's just gonna round the corner and roll the head at the first person he sees and be like, your hospitality is very lacking.
You hear from within the chamber of the next room. It kind of glows with red. A voice speak through and echo through the hall up to the stairs to you guys. You have terrible manners as a guest.
Do we recognize this voice?
Yeah.
And Asher's gonna respond with, well, you send one of ours to the hospital, we send 30 of yours to the morgue. And he's just gonna walk in front of everyone with his flame blade and try to see what happens.
So you
Rowan's
were
right behind
walking
him.
down. Okay. You see in this kind of red chamber the cracks of the stone filled with this, like, not quite like lava, but just like this it's a little bit warm, but like this almost molten core to the room. You see the familiar figure of Grim, the person responsible for slaying Ace once upon a time. Next to him, well, a little bit ways off in the room, you see another familiar figure. Figure with the staff with a skull on it, wearing the kind of ram's skull on his head. The familiar black robes with the dark red accents. It's you. I thought I made the message clear when I killed that weak one.
You made it
I guess the
very clear.
rest of you need to die.
Who you calling weak? And Rowan's just gonna kind of look over his shoulder to Briar and Ace, who I'm sure will probably be walking in right at that time.
He doesn't recognize
Funny thing
Ace.
about your,
Ace looks different.
Funny thing about your death, it didn't stick very well.
And do I get my quip too? Do I get to be quippy?
Sure.
Okay.
Do I get to be quippy?
I'm gonna say you had your chance with me and flick a coin into the middle of the room, casting Jim's glowing coin.
Okay.
So, this is a wisdom saving throw for all the bad dudes of a 14. If they fail, they're gonna have their disadvantage on initiative rolls.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Let me
Let's
get their
roll.
information before. Okay. It's a wisdom of what?
14.
Oh. Okay. It doesn't seem like it has affected them.
any of them. Fuck, it was worth a try though.
Grim.
Does Grim, after I talk, notice my voice?
He doesn't seem to recognize you. He recognizes the party, but then putting together what you just said.
Well, let's make sure it sticks this time.
And he pulls out his glaive. We're gonna take a break, finally. All right, guys. This episode's definitely gonna go a little bit longer than normal, but we got some stuff to get through. It's the finale. It'll be okay. All right, we're gonna do the rest. Okay, love you guys. We'll be back.
Bye.